I hate it when you say boring like that, I reminded her. Her golden eyes flashed with mischief. I know. That's why I said it. I pinch her nose lightly. You little devil. When she teases, she is my imp child again. Having jerked my chain to get a smile, she shifts her head to make her chair turn. Come on, help me get dressed. I'll be there in a second. As she rolls toward her bedroom, I see her rolling through years to come. Before I know it, she too will be a woman. Will she have an easier time learning what I learned in that sweltering kitchen? I press a cool jar of beans to my cheek. For Michelle's sake, I will preserve on paper what I first preserved in jars. Part 1. Storm Warnings. A quote from Lytton Strachey. A storm was gathering out of the darkness, and already there was lightning in the sky. Chapter 1. Our story began not last summer, but a week before Easter, the week, Mamie Fountain would say, when the great weaver began collecting threads for his tapestry. On Saturday, Mamie got a brand-new second-hand PT Cruiser the color of eggplant. She had never owned such a magnificent car. She had never owned a car radio that worked, either. "Oh, happy day," she caroled with a gospel quartet as she rolled along. She switched off the radio when the weather report came on. She didn't need some white man telling her Georgia was having a drought. Anybody with 2 eyes could see how cracked the earth was, like some old woman showing her age. But God was capable of running the universe. Mamie was free to devote herself to enjoying her new car. Mamie's first car was an old Chevy an employer gave her. Her second was a rusted-out Dodge she paid $500 for when she started working at the textile mill. It wasn't pretty, but it ran. Since the death of her husband, Earl, 8 years before, she had driven his old green Ford, which had a number of peculiarities arising from Earl's conviction that he could fix with copper wire or duct tape anything that ailed a car. But on the previous Thursday, Earl's Ford had died. "It's fitting for us to go to church on our first trip," she told the cruiser, patting the dashboard with a hand like soft brown cocoa. "The good Lord helped me get you." Already she knew that little car was going to be a friend she could tell anything. She rolled slowly through downtown Solace, disappointed nobody was around to admire her. "Back when I was a girl," she told the car, "this place was lively. See those train tracks across from the stores? They only carry freight trains now, but a passenger train used to run between Solace and Atlanta every day. I'll bet if they'd kept all the trains, this country wouldn't be in that global warning fix. I know Solace would be livelier." It pained Mamie that Solace had shriveled to little more than 3 blocks of thrift stores, insurance offices, antique emporiums, and empty storefronts that drowsed behind mud-spattered plate glass windows. "We had a growth spurt a few years back," she continued as she headed out of town. "Folks from Atlanta started moving out to escape the crowds. See that subdivision over there? For a while, they sprouted in pastures like dandelions. New folks bragged about living near a charming little town with no traffic, small schools, and great mountain views. They never seemed to notice they were filling up the schools, adding to the traffic, and messing up the view. You know what I'd bet?" The car gave an inquisitive lurch. "I'd bet Atlanta was a charming little place before all the people moved in. But when gas prices went up and folks started losing their jobs, Solace slid downhill again. Those new subdivisions are plumb dotted with for sale signs. A lot of them read foreclosure." She paused for a moment, contemplating the worlds of pain contained in that word.